Hey, welcome to the review. This is chapter 950. It's called Soldier's Dream. I'm sorry for taking so long to make a review, and I wanted to thank you for 100 subscribers. Thank you very much. I'm so happy about this first milestone, and I'm thinking about making some special video, maybe some top 10 about top 10 my favorite characters, top 10 fights, top 10 arcs, or maybe something like this. If you have any ideas, please share them in the comments down below. So let's get to that review. First, I want to talk about that cover story. It's really exciting. It's about Beige and Chiffon. It seems she wants to reunite with her sister Lola. So maybe we'll see Lola again first time since Thriller Bark, and I'm really thrilled about it. The most interesting point of the chapter is actually Kit's character. It's really intriguing for analysis because it seems he cannot trust anyone anymore because of Hawkins and Apu. Maybe they betrayed him, betrayed their alliance because they joined Kinda. They decided, yeah, Kinda is too strong for us. We cannot fight him. And they joined him, leaving Kid behind. And Kid, he didn't want to join either. He wanted to fight. And that's how he ended up in the jail with his allies being fed these smiles. And now he has these trust issues. He cannot trust anyone anymore. And he's done with these alliances. Even though maybe he was touched by Luffy's words and actions, he says, no, I'm not going to join you, and be thankful that I'm not killing you right here. He builds himself a new mechanic arm out from scrap, and with Killer he sets to save his allies. So he has a heart for his friends. He deeply cares for his crew, and it makes his character so much more interesting and multifaceted. So guys, maybe Luffy will be able to touch his heart someday, at least for a temporary alliance. But for now, Kid has too much of trust issues and his own willpower and his own goals that he wants to walk his own path. He doesn't need Luffy right now. He isn't the one who needs saving. Prisoners regain their spirits, but Luffy's words and actions, his monologue, it was not enough. Because even though Luffy maybe can beat Kaido, what's next? They need a dream. They need a future they can believe into. So when they see Momo, even before he starts talking, they fall to their knees and they break out crying. Because instead of Momo, what they're actually seeing is his father Odin. They're seeing the dream, the future, that bright future that can become reality after Momo grows up and becomes the great ruler just like his father. That's what they're seeing. And that's what they needed, this dream and this promise of a bright future. Worth mentioning that Kawamatsu needs to be somewhere right now. So he's going away from Udon prison, and we have to wonder, does he want to meet someone, to be somewhere? Does he want to find Denjiro, or Hitetsu, or Hiyori? We'll see. It's definitely intriguing. Meanwhile, Ashura Doji brings Inu and Kinemon to the graveyard, and he explains that 10 years ago, old soldiers, they got tired of waiting, and they raided to Onigashima, and he tried to stop them, but to no avail, and they all died. And this is their graveyard. And after that, he became salty, like, why does it have to take 20 years? Why do we have to wait for so long? And that's why he gave up on that dream. But now, after seeing Kinemon and Inu, he starts to believe again in Lord Odin's words. And he says, yes, I cannot doubt Lord Odin. There must be a reason why we had to wait this long 20 years. And what is this reason? I cannot fathom. Maybe Lady Toki, she could predict somehow that Luffy will come to Wano and he will be able to defeat Kaido and the Orochi. Maybe she wanted Hiyori to grow up and become this ruler before Momo grows up and can become the shogun himself. Or maybe she just thought that in 20 years their enemies will grow old and lazy. Maybe some other reason. If you have any ideas, please share them, because there are a lot of possibilities and we do not know yet. But I'm sure we will find out. And the most interesting part of the chapter for me is the mentioning of that word sunacchi, earlier translated as snatch. As you remember in chapter 934, page 8, Momo used this word. It was translated as snatch back then, and Kiko wasn't happy about it. Zoro has learned that word from his sensei Koshiro, and he taught it to Momo, and he said that it's a way to strengthen your heart when your courage falters. But then Kiko isn't happy about it, and that's the word she says. In the Kuri dialect, there was a yell like that. Using a word like that isn't befitting of someone like you, Lord Momonosuke. And in this chapter, chapter 950, the word sunacchi is explained to be an abbreviation of throwing away your name and your wits. So why Kiko isn't happy about Momo using this word? Well, I thought of a few possibilities. Maybe it's a yell for soldiers, and it's not befitting of Lord, the future shogun, to use a word like that. That's for soldiers, But maybe she thinks it's not wise to throw away your name and your wits. Maybe it's not that good of a word, at least in her book. And she cannot know about the trade 10 years ago, because I double-checked. She was sent into the future along with Kinemon and others, so she cannot know about that. There must be some reason she isn't happy with Momo using this word, and it's definitely intriguing. It's one of the most interesting mysteries for me in this Wano arc. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Zoro saves Hiyori from ninjas, and he wants her to take him back to that Oihagi bridge to fight Yukimaru again, because Yukimaru has his sword and he wants it back before the final battle. And then Hiyori says some interesting words. She says she wants to kill Orochi with her own hands, by herself. And it's interesting because in Wano, women are not expected to fight. And it would be really cool character moment, Wano moment for her to take a weapon and kill that shogun, that oppressor herself. It would be great, but I'm not sure if Oda is really going here. I'm not sure we can expect this from him. And lastly, we see Hawkins has captured Law and is about to question him. And there are a lot of great finds on this single page. First being Hawkins' face. It looks downright scary. At first, in the beginning of the Wano arc, when Hawkins was introduced, I thought he was going to be a neutral character, maybe more on the good side. I thought he's going to help our guys Straw Hats and Rebellion somehow. I thought he was going to betray Kaido, maybe subtle at first, but now with his recent actions and this scary gaze, I'm starting to think he's really more on a dark side, and he will help us only if his cards show him that yeah, there's a big chance of Rebellion winning this, and for now he's loyal to Kaido because he's really cunning and selfish, and he wants to be with the winning side. And his character, all supernova characters, they're so great, and they are becoming revealed in this one arc. Kid and Hawkins, and then Drake. Drake is very interesting too. He seems to be a bit softer than Hawkins. We saw his weakness with women already, and in this chapter, in this page, Hawkins suspects him of something. He says, "You're acting strange." Maybe Drake isn't fond of torturing and he doesn't like it. He says, let's get over with it as soon as possible. But maybe he's up to something. And it's really intriguing. Maybe Drake will be the first supernova to join us and to help us with the rebellion. And the last point on this page is, of course, Lost Face. It looks incredible. It's such a masterpiece, this panel. He looks determined and fearless. Maybe he has a plan. Either way, he isn't going to spill the beans, that's for sure. But maybe he doesn't need saving either. Maybe he has a plan already, how to escape it, or maybe how to lie to Hawkins in a really smart way. Well, my friends, that's it for my thoughts. Share yours in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. See ya!